Okay, goal getters, I'm going to talk to you about something pivotal today. Okay, so I know in this challenge we're all about goal getting for those physical transformations. Every day we're focusing on achieving just one small goal that will get you closer to that big goal. I get it, the physical is super important. Hey, that's most of what I do as a coach is related to the physical, right? But not really, because so much of this is a mental game. So much of it is a mental game, and it wasn't until I had been a coach for about a year that I really started diving in deep into something that we believe in as one of our actually 3 vital behaviors that we talk about all the time as coaches, and it's personal development. So I hope and pray that you're doing some sort of personal development, whether that's reading some sort of daily email or an app on your phone or a book or listening to podcasts in the car, whatever your thing is. I hope you keep doing it, and I hope you keep growing, because let's face it, we don't just need to work on the outside, we have to work on the inside too. So I want to tell you about a book I've been reading that is game-changing for you. It's called Change Anything. Change Anything. And they even reference good physical examples in here, like weight loss and stopping smoking. But really, Change Anything is amazing because it talks about how we don't have to rely on willpower. And I want some of you right now to just like take a big sigh of relief and just think, I am no different than anybody else. Because I know you look at some people and you're like, okay, they must be blessed with all the willpower in the world because they're able to eat cleaner and they're able to never miss a workout and they've reached the results faster than I have and they've kept them. I know some of you think that, and I know that when you fall into temptation or you splurge or you get off track or you are afraid of getting off track before you even do, it's because you're relying on willpower. But I'm here to tell you that it's not about willpower. That's kind of like such a common term nowadays that we use. Oh, they just have like such great willpower. Maybe, but it's because they've changed anything. So really, it's not about willpower. It's about being able to change your behaviors. Now pay attention. I promise I'm not going to go like school on you because I'm a horrible reader and it takes me forever to read stuff and I'm like not that smart. So I'm gonna relay this in Megan terms. I'm gonna talk about 3 different areas of both motivation and ability. Personal, social, and structural. So obviously you as a person, let's start with you because that's what you can totally relate to right now. We're gonna talk about your personal motivation and we're gonna talk about your personal ability. Now, your personal motivation is why you're doing this in the first place. Maybe it's that big goal that you have tied to. Maybe it's to be a great example to your kids. Maybe it's to just be a better all-around person and have energy and have health that you've always wanted. That why, that big goal is your motivation. That's the easiest thing to relate to, and that is what's going to drive you each day as you wake up. So I want you to remember that connection. That is a part of the behavioral change. The next part of the personal side is ability. It's your ability to kick the bad habits and change into the habits that you want, right? So how do you do that? Learning new skills. That's one reason why you're in this group, is to learn. You're like, you know what? I need help with something, so I'm gonna learn. So don't just read the files on this page, but dig into your program information. Dig into that nutrition guide. Dig into all those pieces of paper and pamphlets that your program came with. Go to the Team Beachbody website. Get on the internet and research great sources of what you're having problems with. Shalene's podcasts are another great resource of pretty much any health topic you want to know. So you're learning new skills to be able to change. Okay, so that's the personal side of it. Next is the social side of it. So let's talk about social motivation. Oh, this one's a hard one. Let's talk about it in smoking terms. Let's say if you were a smoker and all your BFFs at work smoked, and every day at 10 and 2 you had a smoke break with them. Well, obviously that's social motivation. So if you're trying to quit smoking, what would you start doing? probably avoiding those friends at 10 and 2 because they're going to be asking you to go outside and take a smoke break, right? It's the same thing with your goals with this. You have goals to eat clean. You have goals to stay on track with your schedule, with your routine, with your family's new healthy habits and your workouts. So surround yourself with people that are going to encourage you to do that. Now, sometimes we have people in our lives who we're not going to be able to get around. But for the most part, you can pick who you hang out with. So if you have friends that are building you up and encouraging you to go forward with your goals, hang out with them. And if you have friends who love to eat crap and sit around and do nothing and they want to drag you into that with them, kick them to the curb and be like, dude, I'm focusing on something else. I'll catch up with you later. I know, it's like mind-blowing. But if you just pay attention, like, what do you tell your kids? They need to have smart choices and friends, right? So do you, because peer pressure is still a thing. That will never go away no matter how old you are. You're gonna be influenced by the people around you. So, friends, accomplices, they are either going to encourage you to step away from the bad habits or pull you into the bad habits. The other part of social is the ability. So this is where the help, the coaching, the information, the resources comes in. That's what this group is for. I know we're not there with each other in person, but you have a place to run to every day in this group. Every day in this group, you have a place to run to. So use us, ask questions. Don't just sit there and scroll through and not ever comment. You need to engage to get the most out of this group. Use this group. It's your social ability group. The last thing that I want to talk about is structure. So structural motivation is first. It's your surroundings, your home, your workplace, where you hang out, your environment. So I encourage you to set up for yourself, because this will be different for everybody, a reward and I guess you could call it punishment system, but really maybe a reward system, okay? And you could get, your husband or your boyfriend or your best friend or whoever to hold you accountable for this. But a reward system. So every time that you reach a mile marker, maybe it's dropping another 5 pounds, maybe it's losing another inch from your waist, maybe it's choosing to eat a healthy breakfast every day of the week, maybe it's not missing a workout 3 days in a row. Whatever that looks like for you, identify it with your struggle and hold yourself accountable for it with somebody else, with this group, and then set up a reward system. So you have to stop and recognize, hey, that was a big deal. I'm pretty amazing. I did that. Yeah, I'm gonna recognize myself right now and pat myself on the back and reward myself. Maybe you go get a manicure. Maybe you get a pedicure. Maybe you get to pick out your favorite healthy treat at the grocery store. Maybe you get to go see a movie. Maybe you watch a movie with your family. Like, whatever reward system that you want to create. You can even make bets with your husband and be like, look, if I do this, you're doing the dishes after dinner tomorrow. Or whatever, make it fun. But if you set up the structural motivation, it gets other people involved and it helps keep you on track. The last thing I want to talk about is structural ability. So this is creating visual cues in your environment. So when you wake up, what's the first thing that you see? I've told y'all before, and some of you are doing it. For your alarm, if you use your phone for your alarm, name your alarm. Maybe put your big goal in there, or maybe put get up in there. I have different names for my alarms almost every day depending on what I'm getting up for, what I need to get up for early. So, something like that. Maybe on your mirror you have a Post-it note with a really motivational quote or with your goal. Maybe on your dashboard in your car you keep something visual to remind you why you're doing this. Maybe on your phone, on the screen thing on your phone, the photo, whatever it's called, wallpaper on your phone, or something on your computer, to remind you. If you are feeding yourself with your goal, they say achieving goals is totally visual. You have to see it happening before it happens. So if you're constantly putting that in front of your face and seeing it happen, it's gonna happen because you're gonna stick to it. All right, guys, personal, social, structural. Motivation and ability. Let this sink in. I mean, honestly, this is not rocket science, but this is why I love this book, because they take so many tests that they have done with real people, and put it in here. And it's like, dude, if you will just personally, socially, and structurally allow yourself to change anything, you can freaking do it. So that's what I read. I hope that y'all read great stuff too that is easy to read and that you learn from. If you want to get this book, just look up Change Anything on Amazon. There's like 5 different authors, and I won't name them for you because I'll probably pronounce them wrong. So I hope that helps. They have a lot of other books that they've done. One is called Influencer. It's a great book as well. But this one I know for those of you who are like focusing on willpower instead of behavioral change, get this book. You won't regret it. Y'all have a great day.